answers? I think I'm entitled.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Oh, the truth is a tough thing on Monday mornings, I tell you. It's 0 Dark 30, and welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Had a lot of great new names showing up at the zoo last night. That is our Sunday Night Live show where we come at you live for 2 hours. It's a great talk, great sit down. Had a couple of drinks, discussed SHTF, and I thought, what the hell? Looking around, things are pretty effed up. And I keep documenting it with you, and you guys keep bringing me stories as well. And I thought to myself, well, at this point, what difference does it make? Let's just do the Hillary Clinton. What difference does it make at this point? Well, I don't know. Does it make a difference? Now, let's think about it. What's your preference for SHTF? Because I think that any one of us, or any one of us as part of a group, can really affect changes, not so much nationally, but locally. You know, probably a few months ago, there was some discussion over, can we save our country? Right? Can we save the country the way we knew it? The America we had, the United States of America. Can we save that political system, that culture, that environment? This is probably going back a few years even, as to what they're doing to everything. And I've come to the conclusion that America is now in ICU. It's terminal. It's not looking good. It would take a severe miracle to restore that thing. You know, I don't know. It's you know, that Americana, that Norman Rockwell America, would take a literal miracle. You know, hell, we couldn't even get back to Norman Rockwell's America from 1980, much less 2010. With let's fundamentally change America with me and my husband Barack, and you all know what I'm talking about. So we've got some big questions to ask. And hell, you may as well set a goal. If kids can have Santa Claus, maybe we can too, in a way. What kind of America do we want? Because it has hit the fan, folks. Socially, our system is destroyed. It is no longer the moral, decent, God-fearing, you know, apple pie, baseball, good old-fashioned, we love our freedom and hate communism America. That is gone. They've destroyed it socially. They've destroyed it politically. They've destroyed it legally in the courts. They've destroyed it militarily. Hell, they started that back in Vietnam. They've been at this a long time, the bad guys. Agree or disagree? So if we can't get that back because of everything that's been done, you know, what do we shoot for? Do we let the artificial intelligence computers dictate to us how we're going to live, what we're going to believe? Because we could end up coming out of this essentially in the Stone Ages with just pieces of technology and parts of our standard of living in place. And we could be just doing a complete and total reset. Hell, it may as well be a mud flood reset. Just a little game to play with a couple of you. Right? We could be shot back down to where the population is absolutely tiny in a world filled with, well, buildings and streets and infrastructure and all kinds of stuff that we can't even use because there's not enough of us and not the technology to support it. Could we have that? Or could we end up with, you know, a pretty quick rebuild? Seriously, what's your preference? What do you want? Are the bad guys willing to take us all the way back to those near Stone Age type situations? Are they willing to take us all the way back to that? Take everything away from us, even destroy it for themselves just to spite us? Well, maybe they got it in their head, folks, that they can live on spaceships, that they can live on space stations. And if you don't think that's possible, or that they have the mentality, look at how they hate us already. And then watch the movie Elysium with Matt Damon, where the very powerful, the super rich, do exactly that. They live their best lives with the best technology while letting the rest of humanity rot, literally, in unhealthy, unsanitary squalor. Interesting movie, folks. Worth watching. It's absolutely worth watching. And when you watch it, you'll understand why. You'll see all of the new world there. All of the peasant tropes. Because that's what we are to these people, peasants. Well, if we come out of SHTF, we can have our freedom again. What level are you willing to go down to achieve freedom? And I think this is the crux of the matter. As individuals, we really do have a hard time affecting anything. As small groups, we can affect a whole lot more in a bigger area. And organized, we can take over and control states and countries if we're organized and intelligently organized at that. Not a mob, not an organized killing unit, but organized as people, intelligent people. Part of the problem I have with that is a lot of our people who are intelligent are very old, elderly and dying, the ones that know how to build things. People who can do things without a computer drawing it for them and telling them how to do it. Not that that's bad technology to have, but let's face it, right? Without computers, a lot of these people and their smartness doesn't do a bit of good. Because the computers do all the measuring, all the math, all the design, everything for them. And then the machines follow the computer's instructions. It makes for one hell of a finished product. Doesn't do us any good without those computers, though. So, back to the question at hand. What's your preference? What's your pleasure? Would you rather have proper freedom, restricted, restrained government, and live like it was 1776? No electricity, no air conditioning, no refrigeration. You go out and you get your own food every day. Whether you fish or farm, it's up to you. Well, you can hunt. Would you prefer that? Or do you think we can get, I don't know, 1900, 1910, 1915? Think we can get that kind of technology? At least the basics in place? Basic refrigeration, basic large-scale agriculture, and have your freedom, but limited transportation. Is freedom worth it to you? These are questions I think you really do need to ask. One needs to ask oneself these questions. What am I willing to tolerate? Am I willing to tolerate a lifestyle with more hardship in it and be free and have that satisfaction of knowing you're your own person, your own man, making your own decisions that benefit you and your family, and your community, and your state? Or, in order to have some creature comforts, is willing to live at someone else's command under someone else's rule and their thumb. And if need be, their boot on your neck. With no guarantees that it'll ever get any better. Are you willing to accept that? The word of a liar? Because that's what government is, folks. Listen to them now. When they don't have absolute control, absolute tyrannical power over you, when they don't have authoritarian discretion to just kill you at will, they lie to us on a daily basis. You think they're all of a sudden going to become these great people full of truth and honesty? No. The only thing and the only way their honesty may show itself is in that they don't pretend to love you and they just try and kill you outright. Honestly. Other than that, you can expect them to get a whole lot worse. If they need something from you, they're going to lie to you even more. And there's no way to stop them, no way to hold them accountable, no way to remove them. I think that's a key word, remove. Right? How do you remove the bad people? Well, that's where we're at right now, is it not? Are you willing to remove the bad people? To take the power from them? To risk that? And then, if that happens, what is the consequence of doing that? It's way, 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 way bigger than just you, isn't it? And just one or two people that you've had it out with, you've had enough of in the government. A lot of questions asked. What's your preference? Hey, Zero Dark 30, tough questions. Godspeed to you. I'll see you this afternoon, Semper Fi.
Audio Jungle.